Welcome to another day training video from Revere 4 Trading Group. Today we are trading the Russell TF E-mini using our long, medium, and short tick charts. We will be trading one contract with trending, counter trend, and reversal strategies. Our money management rules are 15 tick profit stops and 10 tick stop losses, and we will move our stop loss to +2 when we are at +7 ticks in profit. So this morning we saw a large gap up, but we're already seeing a reversal opportunity as the first sign that we get is a yellow bar on our long-term chart. And if we start to look at our PBF squeeze on all the charts, we see number one, a downtrend with lower highs and red bars on the long-term chart, as well as a very strong downtrend on our midterm chart. So at this point, we are in a possible reversal trade. So we already have our swing low here. So we'll see if we can pull all the way back. We'll go ahead and place a limit order underneath one tick underneath the low of swing low on our 133. Okay, so again, big picture, a yellow bar painted. We're looking at a reversal trade. Red bar is coming down. We really want to get this to break down here, as well as this consolidation here. Now we want to make sure that we understand. Normally, we might look at this as a reversal trade, or I'm sorry, a counter trend trade, and we would pass on that because we're so close to the moving averages. But this is a counter trend, or I'm sorry, reversal trade, because of the yellow bar. So let's see if we can get filled here. Okay, we're in this trade, and again, we're set at +7 ticks. If we're 7 ticks in profit, we're going to move our stop loss from the starting point of -10 ticks to at least +2 ticks, so there's no way we can lose on that trade. Okay, so this is good here. We're starting to see the histogram underneath the bias line, making lower lows. You can see we've cracked the consolidation line on our long-term chart. Okay, we are now in profit, $2 or 2 ticks. We cannot lose on this trade. So we'll tighten this up a little bit as we move closer to our profit goal. Okay, so we'll add a couple ticks to that. See if we can get filled. Okay, we already got filled on our first trade. So now what we look for is a possible re-entry. So we want to see, looks like we are getting ready some consolidation, and we would use a market entry here. What we want to see is a breakdown of that. Oh, there it is. Okay, we got that bar closed, so we're back in this trade. Okay, again, everything looks good. Lower lows. The Holy Grail is really participating. You see this down slope on everything. We're below the lower band. Okay, we're in profit on this trade. Okay, just managing this trade. Now we're getting a little careful here because we are getting into the support resistance zone on our long-term chart. Okay, we're going to tighten this up a little bit and at least make this a 4-tick winner if it reverses on us. We're getting close to we're making a new little day here, so we're going to tighten it up even more. Okay, target fill. 2 contracts, we hit our target goals. Now we're going to do the same thing we did before. Look for a consolidation breakout. And we will re-enter with a market order. So, okay, we do get a green line here, so we do have a possibility of a good possible counter trend trade. Now in this case, we could see the size of the bars tells us we're far away enough from the moving averages that we could go for a counter trend trade. So at this point, what we want to see is a break above either one of these lines. We're also still looking for possible downside, so that's why we're not using limit orders here. Okay, this is where all that practice simulator pays off, because it's really, we're very mechanical at this point. We're waiting to see which direction on this consolidation we break out. Okay, the fact that we're seeing higher highs here means there's a good opportunity here for a counter trend trade. So we'll just have to be patient and see where this plays out. Okay, we're seeing our fast moving averages break to the upside, which is another good sign. Okay, we did get filled there. Okay, now because this is a counter trend trade, we're not going to try and maximize our trade here. We're, you know, 5 ticks would be fine. If we can get half of this, we'll tighten this up. But let's see if we can at least get. Okay, we got filled with 5 ticks, so that's $50. So we have 3 trades, or $60, 3 trades, and we're up $360. Okay, so let's clean this up a little bit and see. Kind of take a breather here, relook at everything that's going on. 1500 is still telling us downside bias. You can see there's a possible continued counter trend trade. We would look for the prices obviously to go back as close as possible to the moving averages, but in this case, you know, now the rule is we're definitely too close to take another counter trend trade. So we want to look for continued downside. And let's see if we're coming back down. Let's see if we can get filled. Okay, we just got filled on another short side trade, and everything's looking good here so far. We have our standard 10 tick stop loss. Okay, this one's coming back on us. Okay, let's see if we get taken out here for a full stop. Could be our first losing trade of the day. Okay, we got a strong yellow bar here. Really nothing going on the Holy Grail. I mean, this thing keeps telling us to stay short, but you can see we're getting. Okay, we just took our first loss of 10 ticks, so our standing profit for right now is $260. So we have 3 winners, 1 loser. Okay, so big picture, still downside bias, lower lows, histogram below the bias line. Our midterm chart, we're getting a dark red bar here, and it looks like possibly, because we got yellow bars forming, that we could be headed back up again. We would look to hit the moving averages. In our 133, you could see we have some, you know, some clear divergence going on here, but in a very kind of a short space. So we have to give that some consideration. Again, I don't take divergence trades. It's just telling me that we could have a possible change in direction here. But you could also see that we're getting really choppy inside of this swing high, swing low area. You can see all the different color changes in the squeeze. So right now we're pretty much sitting on our hands waiting for something to develop. So the two trading possibilities here are that we go back up, test these moving averages, and continue down. At that point, we're looking for an entry below this swing low. Now here's where our rule, we really got to stick to our rules. Right now, we still have a downside bias because of our long-term chart. Red bars, we're under the GAM moving average indicator. Histogram is below the bias line. We're making lower lows, and we're really not in a counter trend opportunity here because we're very close to the moving averages. So the risk reward there is fairly low. So we're really now focusing on these 2 charts. There's really no opportunity on hand, so there's really no reason to be looking at our 133 at this point. Okay, we could see kind of a stronger move here as we did. If this bar closes above the yellow bar, we're definitely getting some upward bias. But we really need to see this bar. We need to see a yellow bar paint on our long term for us to change our mind to go and look for upside trades. Okay, you can see our trend line, signal line are turning over on our holy grail. We can see higher lows. We're green here. So let's see if we can come paint this, if we can come touch the moving averages. Okay, so we have come back and touched the moving averages on our midterm chart. Here's that yellow bar we're waiting for, but we need to see this bar paint yellow. It's forming, so we're still at this point trade neutral. We are starting to see maybe a little bit of price retracement back to the downside now that we have a swing high on our short-term chart. So from a big picture perspective, to go long or have a long side view of a trade, we want to see this yellow bar paint. We want to be above the histogram, or I'm sorry, the bias line with our histogram, and we definitely want to see continued highs. So just kind of waiting to see if anything forms here. We'd like to at least get one more trade in here. It's still early enough in the morning that we should get some movement in prices. Okay, so you could see our bar here. It was forming a higher low, but right now it's looking like we might be coming back off of this moving average. So this is the practice of discipline. This is the sitting on your hands part that is not the most exciting part of trading, but it just makes no sense to be trading in here. This is a lot of choppy stuff, as was here, and we, get stopped out. Okay, so what we really want to see, we're coming back down here. Normally, I would like to place a stop, a limit short order right here of a previous swing high, now turns to a swing low, but we're not getting any participation from the 550. Okay, so we really want to see, well, we have to see, it's one of our rules that both our 550 and our 133 medium and short-term charts have to be in sync for us to take a trade. So we got red on our short term, but we haven't seen anything yet on our medium term chart. Up, we lost our yellow bar, so now we're back to downward bias. We really need to see a red bar here, and something paint here that's red, and we'll order a short. We'll place get in with a market order on the short side. Worst case is we get in down here. Okay, so things are moving pretty slow. We're making lower lows on the histogram. We're on the underside of the bias line. Oh, here we go. We get the yellow bar, which means we should be seeing a red any point here. So
order pending.
I'm going to put. We're going to use a stop entry. We should get a swing low here pretty soon, and we're going to get right underneath that. Well, I would expect to see a swing low only because whenever we see a yellow this touches down on a yellow bar, we typically would expect to see, there it is. Okay, I love it when I'm right. All right, so let's see if we get filled here. And we would expect our our profit stop to be right around a previous low and bounce back. We'll see how much we can get out of this trade if we stay positive. Okay, starting to turn over a little bit. We see our trend cycle lines heading back down on the Holy Grail. We're back to lower lows. Okay, we're in profit. Can't lose on this trade. As I mentioned, here we are at, let's tighten up because we're at a low day here. See if we can okay, we are filled. Okay, so in summary, we made four or five trades, and we ended up with a gross profit of $410. We had one losing trade out of our handful of trades, and you can see for a long period there we had to wait. We really were indecisive because we had conflicting signals from our three charts. So to begin, or to summarize, with a big gap up in the morning, but right at when the markets open, we had a yellow bar already painted. We were starting to paint red bars, so we were looking for a reversal opportunity. It was very strongly reinforced because of our squeeze on our 550. We entered two trades with limit orders underneath the swing lows. You saw how we re-enter once we get out. We basically look for a little formation and another break of that low while we get back in. We did a small counter trend trade for 6 ticks, and we got stopped out on one of our standard entries of a tick below a swing low. And then we waited patiently for one more trade, which we were fortunate enough to get a full profit stop. Good trading.